Welcome to Emerald Meadows, your one-stop channel for all things RC and sometimes quilting. I plan to do another video with my wife on quilting on kind of her staff, but today we're going to be talking about the C47. Previous video we talked about the Saturn. What happened was earlier on in the season, Nitro Planes had a special 15% off special, so I took advantage of it. I bought two planes, a Saturn, which you've probably seen in one of my other videos, a good trainer, and I also bought the C47. I always wanted a military type plane just because of the looks. It looks kind of cool when it's flying. But basically I fly on grass fields, and a lot of the warbirds have the retracts, and to be honest with you, the retracts are real sexy. But in landing in grass fields, you may get maybe 2 to 3 landings before they're bent, and you're spending a lot of time trying to make your retracts work. So when I saw the C47, which is also a version of the DC3 as well, I thought, wow, it had really nice, real nice front wheels that are really big and soft, perfect for grass. So I took advantage of that and purchased this plane. Reasonably priced. It's a Dynam model, like I said, from Nitro Planes. Dynam make a good plane. Maybe not the best plane, but they make a good, solid plane. The parts go together fairly well. This was an easy build. I tend to put a bit more attention to making sure everything is glued down properly. I use contact cement and other glues to hold things down. So there wasn't a lot of modification that were required. The one modification I did is I put this little tab right on the front here. This little tab allows me to take the battery hatch off a lot easier, because if you don't have that on there, trying to pull this off is really hard. So tab may not look sexy, but it makes it easy to put the battery in, so it really works well. The other thing is flying on grass is it comes with 2 extra propellers. I needed those right away, and I had to order more because in the grass it's actually very low to the ground. So when the plane is taking off, if it hits grass or if it hits something long, it noses down, and as you can see, the props hit the ground. And if you're going at a fairly good clip, I broke 2 propellers all in one time, coming in for a landing, hitting a rut in the grass field. It noses down, prop, it's broken. So be careful, order extra props. I got mine at a place on eBay because they weren't in stock at Nitro Planes, and just ordered those in. The other modification is I did add the steerable rear wheel, which was recommended on the video. They put their rear wheel on backwards in order to accommodate the servo under the wing. I just actually put on the proper horn on the servo and made it work a lot better, so it doesn't look stupid with the wheel pointing in the opposite direction like they had on the website video. Dumb, but this is a lot better to make it work. Let's see, anything else? Sure. Another tip, I know that I may have mentioned this before in other videos, before I do a close-up on how I put the horn together, I always put clear boxing tape on the leading edge. I don't know if you can see that, but there's clear boxing tape on all the leading edges of my plane. Now, it came with the black here at the rear, but nothing on the front. The fields I fly at, there's trees around, so many times I'll come in landing, and I'll lose perspective. I think I'm in front of the trees and I'm actually behind it, and many times I've flown right into a tree on our approach, thinking for sure that I was actually in front of the trees, and I wasn't. I was behind them, smack, crashed into them. So let's take a look underneath, and I'll show you how I connected nothing fancy, but I'll show you how I connected the rear steerable wheel, and we'll take it from there. Okay, as you can see, what I did in order to make the to make my tail, rear tail wheel work properly, I simply just added the proper control horn. What I did is I actually had to glue two control horns on top of each other in order to get the right diameter for the one on the outside is actually going to the rudder, and the one on the inside here with the brass connector goes to the steering component. So it was kind of a weird servo that was in here, and the horn, I didn't have another horn that matched, so I simply just used CA and glued these, a horn that would fit a separate horn that I would glue on top of this one, which would then be connected to this horn, so it gave me a double horn, and that's what gave me the steerable rear wheel, but it's in the right direction. Rather than what is shown on the website, they show this wheel actually turned around, which is they actually just put this here quick connect on the other side, so they just use the same horn for both. I just used both and just glued an additional piece of from another horn. I cut it off, glued it onto this one, which gave me that configuration, and it works beautiful. Okay, all in all, this is a good flyer. Definitely recommend to buy this. This is fun, inexpensive. As you know, if you watch my videos, I tend to prefer the models that are less expensive because ultimately the planes are going to crash. I tend to focus in on foam because they're easy to repair and glue. I'll get twice as many flights as people at the field that have balsa, because if you've been out flying and ever seen a balsa plane crash, it's done. One crash and it's done. This plane has actually hit the ground a few times hard and broke the props and nosed in a couple of times, but it still looks wonderful. This is late in the season. I'll get all of next season flying this plane and hopefully a little bit after that. But they do have a limited lifespan. That's why I keep my costs down when I buy the models and focus in a lot on the electronics such as my FPV. So thank you very much for watching this video on the C47 from Nitro Planes. As I said, I would definitely buy this just for the sheer fun of it. And for beginners, although it's listed in the trainers, put in a flight stabilizer because it does do a wing stall pretty quick. It's a low wing plane, and that's one of its characteristics. So buy, enjoy, and if you like this video, please like and join my YouTube channel. Thanks, and have a great day.